French, to be politically correct. Donc, bonjour tout le monde, soyez les bienvenus ici au séminaire sur le vin de Bordeaux. J'aimerais bien tout d'abord remercier Sopexa d'avoir organisé cette intervention, surtout M. Richard qui est au fond là-bas, et puis son collègue Kinda, ok? So, merci beaucoup. Okay, thank you very much. Let's give them okay, let's start now. Perhaps allow me to introduce ourselves. Myself, I'm Malcolm Tham. I think some of you know me, and if you don't, I think it's a good time for us to get to know each other. So, I'm an adjunct lecturer with the Singapore Polytechnic, running 3 wine programs with them, and also I'm also an international wine educator with the Bordeaux Wine School. Thomas over here, principal partner Envine, and also the international wine educator with the Bordeaux Wine School. So this seminar, I would say, would not have been possible without, I would say, the support of the Bordeaux Wine Council. Now in France, how it operates is that every wine region would have a wine council responsible to promote the wine from the region. And Bordeaux Wine Council is the body for Bordeaux wines. And the Bordeaux Wine School comes under the auspices of the Wine Council itself. So we have in total about 200 over educators accredited by the School of Wine of Bordeaux. And we have 4 of us here in Singapore and 1 in Malaysia. So that's the only one you see in front of you. Okay? And so, today's topic, the changing landscape of Bordeaux wines. Like I said, the expectations I have already shared with you. The landscape wines we will share with you 2 perspectives. One is from the economic point of view, how Bordeaux has changed. Second is looking at something more technical, the winemaking aspect and the quality control perspective. Okay, so there will be 2 parts before we go for the toilet break. That's just a toilet break, so we have to specify before people go for the food. And we come back for the tasting, and after the tasting we have 6 wines to share with you. We are not sharing with you all the top wines because you guys are very used to drinking top wines, so we want to bring you down to earth. We will try something that we have never tried before. Okay? And then followed by a mini reception. Okay? Good. Like, feel free to stop us along the way if you have questions, and it may not be necessary within the topic covered today. So before I proceed further, I always would like to perhaps give you a framework to help you to understand some of the technical things that we would like to share with you, so that we are on the same platform to look at certain issues. Now, at Singapore Polytechnic, for example, when we look at wine evaluation, the format that we have is essentially everyone coming in to look at 3 outputs from a wine, which is the wine styles, the quality, and the ageability. So when you buy a bottle of wine, it's basically based on these 3 aspects of it. But how do we arrive at these 3 aspects? They are very much dependent on 3 inputs. One is the grape varieties. Certainly grape varieties will drive all the 3 aspects of output: terroir and winemaking. Okay? So these 3 inputs, we could possibly say that it has been encapsulated in this, what we call the French invention, so to say, the appellation. So when we talk about appellation later, we are referring to the 3 inputs that I just mentioned. So you will see grapes, variety, encapsulated in appellation. terroir winemaking, and together with something that only God can design, which is a vintage, then we really have the three outputs for particular regions in terms of the style, quality, and ageability. Okay? So, example, if we try to make sense out of that framework, is that when we look at Saint-Emilion, because of the appellation, we know that Saint-Emilion would produce relatively very good quality wine, very supple, generally a bit more soft. Nah? When we take Pauillac, then similarly from the left bank, then we say that we would say quality level would be, I would say, generally speaking, equal, but something more robust and certainly generally more ageable. Nah? But if you take a normal Bordeaux red, then here we are looking at something very drinkable, good quality in general, soft. Nah? So why do we conclude without even drinking anything and say that this will give us this style and quality? Because the appellation has decided that for you. So generally, because of the appellation laws, wines are made according to certain specifications, which lead to, I would say, that aspects that I just shared with you. Okay, so with this background, I think it's easier for us to move forward.